10 speed readings if I'm running the GPS on it. Where the draggy does, and it does like 30 per second. That's where you get the 60 foot, you know, the reaction time, the mile per hour for all the different segments in the track. Yeah. So the limitations on the phone is limited.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it. I'm just waiting on YouTube money on Thursday, so that I actually have some money in my pocket again. Boy, I tell you what, that lift tapped me out, but it's worth it, man. It's so good, and we're gonna try not to kill ourselves this time around.
Kill ourselves,
yeah, or put the man basket, on the tractor, that sort of thing.
I didn't try to do nothing.
Well, you're up in it most of the time.
Yeah. I thrive in sketchy situations.
So, but now, as if I didn't have enough engines, which I'm not complaining, now we got a ton of engines. We got plenty of materials.
Sounds like he's complaining, huh?
I mean, you can't have really too many engines.
You can. When they sit in the corner and not do anything for
a decade,
a year.
All right. So, I know you had a good week. How about you, Kenny? How was your week?
Good.
Watch your profanities.
Yeah, we're G-rated around here because we have guys watching us up with their grandkids.
I'm about bleep gun just to have here.
That F-150 motor's trash. It's junk.
Brand new motor.
Brand new motor. Brand new
came out of the crate bad.
Brand new OEM motor. Bad. Bad phasers in it.
2.7 Eco Beast.
Yep. 2.7 Eco Boost, and it's got a bad phaser in it. So
you want out to Roscoe?
Because they sent us a long block with phasers and timing chain and all that built into it, it's gonna have to be parts warranted, which means I have to pull the whole long block again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She's just whining.
Who walked in the house?
I know. She's just the skidware stuff she does all the time. She just all the time. And no, she's happy. Even when you're petting her, she's whining. Because she's your dog. She learned it from you. Anyway, so let's see.
No. I had a interesting car come in the other day. It was a quick fix, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Came in with a bunch of different lights on and all this stuff and everything. And it brings me back to like Dad, like way back when I was first learning how to work on cars. Dad would always say, check the basics. Do you have power? Do you have ground, right? I mean, this thing had every light on in the book. ABS, TPMS, check engine light, alerts, blind spot warnings, like the whole bit. And so, like, I pull up my book and I start going through and I scroll through and I see a schematic for a fuse that's connected to 13 different sensors. Pull that fuse out and it's burnt. Swap the fuse out, car's fixed.
Stick with the basics. Stick with the basics. Stick with the basics.
Yep.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That seems to be like, I mean, I've been really going down a rabbit hole online about modern mechanics as opposed to older mechanics, and a lot of the diagnostics, because I mean, it is what it is. I mean, 35 years of electronics. You just plug that code reader in and it just pulls it up on your screen. You just start, reading codes and shit.
Well, and what a lot of people don't realize is, yes, you get a code, but that's not the definite answer. That is a
direction.
That is a direction to go.
Yeah.
Baller's asking what caused the fuse to pop, though.
Over amperage on the ECT. The electric thermostat, basically water temperature sensor. It was burnt out.
Now, I have a question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
I've been in the garage, just eyeballing of what we're going to do up in the Raptors and lights and everything. Is there, unlike just a regular circuit, see if I'm thinking about just 14 strip LED, overhead on both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the whole thing. And I know they don't draw nothing.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible? Is there some way? Like I'm thinking like I want to come across the Raptors and down to. He put a plug-in on the lead for the lift to like plug it into extension cord or whatever. But he left it about 15 foot long, so we could actually put up in Raptors to connect it. But I also want a power source down with like a four piece box, like
Just a little drop cord.
so that I have a plug-in right there on the lift, so that I can do lights. I can do and some if I have a corded tool or whatever. I have a resource where I'm not throwing extension cords everywhere.
Yeah. When we run that, we can run an additional circuit because we'll have to have one for the light, one for the lift, and then we can run an additional one and have take what's called SO cord, which kind of looks like a heavy duty extension cord pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can get some cord grips, so you can actually do a hanging box where you can free float it around or whatever.
Well, I was thinking about like I mean, this is just a ballpark out of my head. I was thinking like a gluable square Velcro to just hold it in place.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because he told me don't drill on the uprights.
Yeah, so what you can do is like I said, with that drop cord, you can still move it. Just all you need to do is take some that Velcro with a sticky back, and then you can be able to Velcro it and then unhook it if you need to move it around or whatever.
Well, no, it's cinched down. That thing ain't moving. But I mean, like I want something there on the like where the controls are on the lift to have some extra options to plug stuff into.
But not mounted to the post.
But not mount. Like he said, do not drill any of these upright.
Well, and
the posts.
Depending on, I have to look at it and see. There's also ways to mount stuff without drilling, like with beam clamps or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's options available.
Okay. And then we'd want a circuit for that. Then we want a circuit for the lights on a switch. And then I'm hoping to like get one of those big ass fans or something for in the shop to move some air around from the top. So it'd be 3 circuits on switches, like walking in the door, you know, which I thought would be pretty handy. Then we got to wire her office in and then go around the perimeter. We really need nothing on that north wall that we already did the deal on. There's no need to do any plugins there, but just the back wall and on your side.
You say that, and then you don't put something, and you're gonna need something over there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why not put
and
something
also,
and not need it?
the other thing I've been looking up is I'm looking at those new U-shaped air conditioning units, the ones that sit real low in the window that don't take up a bunch of window space. They're made like a U. They slide in on top of the windowsill, and they're about that tall. And they got the full front and the full back, but there's a channel in the window that's about this wide. But they only go up to 1,200 BTUs. And according to the ceiling thing, the size of the thing, I got to have 3,600 BTUs.
So you might be running ahead in the long run looking at a mini split too.
No, well, okay. Here's the thing: I can get 2 18s, which are the ones that we'd have to put in the walls and leave the windows alone,
Like what you have in the garage.
like we have in the garage right now, or 2 or 3 1200s that go in the back 2 windows and probably the window that her office is going to be in. So I mean, and it's $400 for a 1200. Or it's $600 for an 18, so it's same money. So it's $1,200 to cover the 3,600 BTUs that building's going to need to keep it cool.
What about your U ones?
What?
The U-shaped ones you were just talking about.
They're 12s. They're 1,200 BTUs.
Oh, okay.
It says according to the height, the 12-foot walls, and 1,200 square foot 12-foot walls. It says it needs 3,200 BTUs. To cool it correctly with the right insulation. So, and you throw the big fan on top of that, getting air moving around, I'm just not going to get hot.
I don't mind that.
But then the big ones, the 18,000 ones are 230s. They're the big plug-ins. So we'd have to wire for those.
Which honestly, you'd be better off if you had the option to go the higher voltage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say that. Go, to the 240 or whatever, like 230, 240, 250, whatever it is. I'd go that route now. 277, 480, you won't be able to get. But.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy Ann. But no, that's pretty much all the new news. That's all the things bounced around in my head this week. Besides, finally feel like I'm half-ass caught up. Like there's not 10,000 fires going on all at once.
Just wait.
I know,
You just said that.
I know, but it is what it is.
Wait,
How is everybody out there in the world? Everybody doing pretty good? Got any questions tonight for the old school, the electrician, and the new school? The three amigos.
hi, Miss Judy.
Caller said that the cable support.
Cable support.
Talking about the cord.
Oh, the cord grip. Yeah, they got a bunch of different names for them, but yeah.
Oh.
But I got professional on my side.
See, did anybody take hail damage lately?
Yeah, we had a pretty good storm, and they live about 5 miles to the east and 5 miles to the north, and it skirted on us, and it pummeled them. How big was the hail?
We got ping pong, a lot of ping pong and some golf balls mixed in there. It's possibly totaled out a 19 F-150 and it's done extensive damage to the 25 Explorer.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like shotgun blasts on both of them. I looked at them. Yeah, they got hammered.
Oh yeah, make sure if they total out your truck, let me know so we can close out your warranty.
You know,
claim.
somebody that
Well, I'll
took
probably
fall
buy it
damage.
out and keep it. I'll probably, if they
No
total
hail
it,
damage.
I'll ask them if I can take a buyout and keep the truck. Pretty much use the buyout to pay it off, and then I'll drive a paid off held-ended truck. It don't bother me that bad.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, Jay. You want to come say hi?
I should know something here in the next couple days on that one.
I know he getting candy out of it.
It's not going very good, Judy. I'm trying every sort of bribery I can think of, and none of it's working.
I know what we're talking about.
Really? No, put it back.
They get in the bathtub yet?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they've already gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They love Papa's chicken fettuccine. Nom, 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 nom. But I tell you what, this is one of the best things that we could do. I mean, we all get together, we have a nice meal, we talk about our week, we do this, you know, it's a nice little thing we do. I mean, when it all comes down to it, you only have your family and you can't take your riches and your stuff with you to the grave. I mean, never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse, you know. This is what it's all
Oh,
about.
but you're taking your family to the grave?
No, taking,
Oh.
yes, I'm gonna
Oh.
love my family to the grave.
We are in Oklahoma though, so I can see somebody using a U-Haul in the hearse.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
There's a lot of rednecks.
A lot cheaper
First
than
off,
paying the funeral
I was
home.
gonna say, a lot cheaper than ours.
U-Haul truck, $19.95.
Yeah, no
20
kidding.
bucks, get me from point A to point B. All in a day. Just open the back, throw it in reverse, and hit the brakes real hard.
There you go.
Throw me in the hole.
Oh.
Yep.
But no, it's been a pretty mellow week. It really kind of has. You know, not a lot of news going on.
Yep. I'm gonna say I'm just so sick of using a multimeter. It's disgusting. I've used a multimeter more times than any other tool in the past 2 weeks. I'm so done using a multimeter. It's gotten to the point where I have so many numbers going on. I have to have a scratch pad right next to me, and I have to write down all my readings, or I'll forget them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, somebody said you've been talking a lot of gibberish in your sleep.
It's not been gibberish. We've been having conversations.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gibberish. It's a full-blown conversation.
Full-blown conversation.
And I am not, I'm there for it, but I'm not there for it.
Well, his mama ain't that way. His mama just says gibberish. Loudly.
He leaned over in bed the other night, had been snoring 2 seconds before, and goes, "It's over there on the cart," and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Where is it?" And he goes, "Over there on the cart by my bandana. You'll see it." And I'm like, "What am I getting?" And he goes, "It's over there." I'm like, "All right, I got it. Thanks."
He's having work flashbacks.
I've done it before too. One night in my sleep, I fully instructed Patricia how to run and bend the deductions when you bend and all that stuff.
Does she just play along with it like I'm starting to?
She's like, I don't even know what you were really saying. You said something about a deduction and doing an offset. I don't know. She does it too sometimes though. She one night in the middle of her sleep woke up and go, "What's your one-time access?" When she was working at the other place, it used to be Sykes, but
Yeah.
she woke up one night. "What's your one-time access code?"
Yeah, life is funny. Life is funny. And the older you get, the more your priorities change. It really does. It really, really does. But right now, my priorities, I just want to have some fun this summer and just just have some fun and just get to working on the Mustang and get that started and yeah. And then when you know it, as soon as I'm broke, it's nothing but Ford motors on Marketplace. 302s and 287s and all the stuff that could go in that Mustang, transmissions, everything, and I ain't got a dime. You know, I ain't got a penny. But it's all there on Marketplace just for the grabbing if you have some money.
Ain't that funny how that works?
Ain't that funny how that works? Yeah.
Baller says that's normal for someone overworked. LOL, been there.
Yep. Yep.
Overworked and underpaid.
And underappreciated.
And and you wonder why I need my eens.
Need your what?
My eens.
Explain to me what that is again. I heard you say that.
Caffeine and nicotine.
Oh,
my
caffeine
eens.
and nicotine, your eens. Okay. Well, that's not a bad idea for a shirt.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole thing is I need my eens to control my tisms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't forget, yeah, we have the new the 4th of July t-shirts are out. Yeah, they're available. There's a link down below. It says, 4th of July special edition t-shirt. Check them out. They're cool. She did the design. She get really good at it, but really nothing going. You guys got any questions at all? Anything going on with your hot rods? Anything? I'm running out of stuff to talk about.
Was it last week Baller said he was going to send pictures, or was that Exit?
I think it was Exit.
Did he ever send the pictures?
No.
Oh,
No. And I am disappointed because Project Headquarters' son, Cole, he keeps getting rained out for his first race. His car's been ready for weeks. And for the races up there, and they've got rained out 2 weekends in a row. So, but he's about to graduate from high school. Really, really top-notch person. And I'm ready to see him run. I really am ready to see him get some dirt on it. But it's just, dirt cars that are pretty are just, they're not supposed to be pretty. They're supposed to be beat up and full of dirt. But I really want to see Cole run. I'm really interested in that one. Let
you
me see.
didn't show Baller's pics. Baller says I've been on cutting rust out of the square body. Nothing exciting. I sent pics a month ago.
No, I got those, but I thought he was going to
share
send.
them with the class.
All right, I'll forward them to you.
Rude.
I still got them. I'll forward it to you. I thought we were talking about new ones. Yeah, no, I thought we were talking about new ones. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Judy-Ann, I didn't want to ask. Did they get everything okay for Thomas? Is he listening? Is he doing what the doctor said? Thomas?
Probably not.
Doctors tell you stuff. It's just a suggestion.
Yep.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on doctors. All my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't got no issues. I mean, I actually take no medications, but I mean, this wouldn't be started on doctors. The only doctor I really liked was the guy that redid my knee. And I still run into him at Walmart every once in a while. And he still looks at me and says, best one I ever did. Best knee I ever reconstructed.
Baller says I wonder how the crayon fix went from last week.
That's a
Went
good
good.
question.
Doing good.
I really did not feel good for him about having to drill them out. Them hardened.
Yeah, I
bolts
did.
on that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Lord. It'd almost be worth it just getting new spindles. Just
Let's not go that far.
well, I mean,
Let's not go that far. I mean, I'll drill a bolt. I'll drill a bolt all day long before spinning for a spindle.
or I mean, like a caliper, like just yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we were not. Yeah, that was not good news.
whole lot of drill bit and air hammer and cussing.
In spades.
Oh, God.
In spades. Yeah. But no. We, I really don't want to go roller cam in that big lot. But,
Why not?
well, because it's money. It's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money to retro one. But
Weren't you the one that just said
Can't take it with
you
you.
can't take it with you when you die? So
yeah, but you can also still keep the lights on when you're alive. You know, it's either eat or buy a retro cam.
That's what
You
a
know.
savings account's for. You save up for it.
yeah, Dad.
It's kind of hard to save when you ain't got no money.
Whose fault is that?
The lift that's in the garage. My old ass body. That's what it is.
Eggs.
It's being an old man before my brain realizes I'm an old man. You know, Christina tells me, you need to take it easy. You know, well, you know, that 16-year-old is still there. Here. This 58-year-old is here. The 16-year-old is here. And when you have a good day and you feel good and you feel like doing stuff, you pay for it for 5 days. 5 to 7 days now.
Man's worst enemy is his own ego.
It's not ego. It's like you when you get, you know, after that 5 to 7 days of getting over what you just did, you start feeling good again. You do it again, because there's in here there's no quit. You know, because we're big dumb animals as men. We're big dumb animals. We just don't quit. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, and right now I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm probably tomorrow, the next day, I'm gonna do something stupid.
Yeah, no. I feel that after like working on a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton. You know, I go into work feeling good, and I leave work, and I'm like, I feel pretty good still. And then I lay in bed, and I go, I am not good.
He does that 35-minute drive home, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like getting still after all day running.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God.
Oh, that was the worst thing. I mowed last Wednesday, and Grandma came over, and no, it was Sunday. I mowed a week ago Sunday, and Grandma came over, and I got about halfway through weed eating and, you know, doing yard work and everything, and I kind of stopped. We came in, sat down, had some dinner, you know, talked and everything, got nice and still and quiet, and then I had to make myself get up and finish the yard. That was brutal.
Nope.
That's
That's why I do everything in one shot. I can't do that.
But then you have your better half going, hey, take a break. Okay, take a break. It's okay.
No. My better half goes, take the weekend. I'm like,
Oh, I'm really bad about it. They're like, sit down, relax. You're making me feel bad.
Yeah, Christina, the same thing. And then
We spent all weekend doing absolutely nothing, and it was great.
Yeah, I'm one of.
But okay, see, then you get that whole, you're guilty because you didn't get anything accomplished.
exactly.
You really do.
I don't.
As dudes,
I do.
That's where women don't understand guys. You feel like it bugs. I can't sit and watch, like binge watch Ted Lasso for 6 hours. I can't do it. I can't. I got to get up and I got to check the computer. I got to go do something.
Got to get the hustle going.
You know, you're always hustling. You're always, as a dude, you're always hustling. It doesn't shut off. You know.
Can't relate.
No, I know.
I hope you can't relate.
If you could relate, you'd be a dude.
Yeah, and this would be a really weird conversation.
Things just took a weird turn.
Not homophobic. I just wonder where the kids come from.
It's a miracle. Okay, do we have any questions? Any car questions? Since we're going really off the rails now.
Yes.
Hey, quick question. Been fighting with my 86 Chevy C10. It's a 405 passenger side dipstick. I've replaced all the top end seals and exhaust manifold gaskets, and it still spews oil out.
From
And then Dale says, my body is 64, and my mind said I'm 18.
Yep.
Where does the oil come out?
yeah, where's the oil coming from?
Can you tell? If not, do you have oven cleaner?
Because there isn't nothing wrong with passenger side dipstick. Actually, on those without the brake stuff in the way, it's actually easier to check your oil for the passenger side dipstick. But I mean, it's just a matter of finding out where you think it's coming from. Whether it's coming from where the tube bolts into the block.
Ooh, casting plug got loose. Oof.
Well, not normally with the a motor like that because
Well,
they're in there from 50 years ago.
I know, but it is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I've never seen it happen, but it's possible. Anything's
Hey,
possible.
listen, nobody ever saw somebody fly until the Wright brothers showed up. So,
That really wasn't flying. That was coasting for about 9 seconds.
hey, falling
Alright.
with style.
Settle down, children.
All right, we've just been told.
Yeah,
I'm on
I'm like,
Right below the exhaust manifold, it usually starts smoking when warmed up.
that's old pan.
No.
Intake leaking at back? Baller says.
Said right below,
Okay.
right?
Hey, quick question. Been fighting with my 86 Chevy C10. It's a 305 passenger side dipstick. I replaced all the top end seals and exhaust manifold gaskets, and it still spews oil. Right below the exhaust manifold, it usually starts smoking when warmed up.
Yeah, below the exhaust manifold. That's old pan.
No. That's it. Well, yeah, it could be. If it's squirting a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But he says it's right underneath the exhaust manifolds, and there's about 8 inches between the pan and the block from the exhaust.
Bad gasket?
Well, there isn't no oil that goes through. The only oil that goes through the head that would be right underneath the exhaust manifold where the exhaust port is. The only thing is, and there's no trace of it coming from the valve cover on the ends where the returns are in the heads.
He says he's also replaced the dipstick O-ring.
Because there isn't an oil gallery plug on the block there. If it's right up against the bottom of where the manifold hole is, I mean the head exhaust port hole is, then the only thing it's got to be, it's got to be coming from the it's got to be coming from the valve cover, or if it's running smooth, you have blow by enough where it's coming out the exhaust from the piston itself.
Or if you look at a
No,
see
you-
if it's fouled or something, or got oil.
you would have white smoke. You would have more indications if it was blow by.
Yeah,
You would have
got
white-
a broken ring, stuff like that, and
yeah.
it's getting into
Yeah.
the combustion chamber. I mean, yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
Because on the head, the only place the oil could be coming from would be the valve cover gasket off the head. The valve cover gaskets around both the front and back, where the returns are, because it flows up through the lifters and it flows to both ends. It goes back in the engine.
Would it be possible if it was coming up through the ring though and trying to leak up through the spark plug holes?
Yeah, no, I've seen that too.
if your spark plugs aren't tightened down all the way.
All the way, yeah. I mean, there's 2 or 3 things to look at. You just gotta make sure everything's
Dale
tight.
says intake leak backside. I had the same issue. And Dave says possibly bad PCV valve and built pressure in the crankcase and blew out the oil pan gasket.
Yep. So it's just putting a little bit on the backside, make it smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does because the exhaust manifolds do hug the block real close. Unlike headers. Headers give you a little bit more space. Because they come out and down instead of just coming straight off the bottom.
Yeah, see.
There's several different reasons that could be happening.
So what would be the fix if it's what Dave said?
New PCV valve and a new oil pan gasket.
Yeah. Which if it's in a C10, it's very easily done. You're spending time underneath it. You gotta make sure you get the right gasket because we made that mistake on the first engine we put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
Yep. We had to go get a new gasket because we got the wrong one.
Yeah. If you can find a one piece, get a one piece.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to go. Get the one piece. It comes with the inserts while you're upside down, where you don't get the gasket doesn't go in wrong. Holds everything in place. It's really handy.
Yeah.
And there's enough room for the cross member and everything. You just pull it right down. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're worried about rings, you can always do a cylinder leak down
Your compression test.
well, yeah, you can do a compression test, like do a dry, and then do a wet
Now,
compression?
now that you said that, I had an old engine in a Camaro. I bought the Camaro just for the body, and the engine was so roasted, it would leak oil through past the plug.
Mhm.
I mean, literally leak oil past the plug. It was so bad. I had to use 2 quarts of Lucas and 3 quarts of oil just to make it where it didn't smoke everybody out. But it still smoked, and it burnt a quart every 3 days, just going everywhere because it was just that motor was so wrecked. It ran like a top, but it was just it was gone.
Every passage in that sucker was done.
Yeah, it was gone. But I drove it that way for like 3 months. I had the new engine built in it.
Every time I bring one in the shop, that it sounds like 2 tin cans rattling underneath the hood. Every time I stop, I look at Brian, and Brian's like, "Yeah." And I was like, when you worry is when it stops doing that.
Chandler says, "Thank you guys. Y'all have been very helpful. Been learning everything myself and actually had trouble with distributors. Watched your video and actually did it."
Perfectly. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's I've been hearing listening to a bunch of stuff on the internet about how they're having trouble finding techs these days, actual mechanics for the deal. But the lost art of just doing just the old school stuff is becoming. Those guys are, they're
Well,
just there's
it's
not
just
a lot of them around.
Yeah, there's a massive tech shortage, like across the.
And
board.
they act like there's not, but there is.
Oh, we were talking about Ford CEO went in an interview and they asked him about the tech.
60,000.
He had 60,000 bays that were open.
That's just Ford.
Not including Chevy,
Everybody else.
Chrysler, all
Toyota.
all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that your neighbor lot opened up. Nissan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Hyundai.
Hyundai. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's Kia Hyundai.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, now we ain't gotta go far for parts. Their shop is like, you think my shop's nice? My shop ain't got nothing on there.
Oh, they went all out. On
They wrote a blank check, homie, and said make it.
So when
nice.
you transfer?
I'm not transferring.
It's owned by the same people.
Yeah, but
It's not in Honda. It's in Kia.
Oh.
yeah. Even though it's funny,
Yeah, the
same car, different name.
like
Literally all Kia Hyundai parts are stamped Kia Hyundai.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
there's
Exactly. Like when I say I go over there to get parts, like if we don't have something, we call Hyundai and like, hey, you got this?
But now they're just stone throw away.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Now
No, just and we got a lot golf cart now.
I'm gonna say, but
So they need a runner. If they need a runner to go over, they just tell one of the salespeople to go run over there and go get that for us.
Yeah.
you take like a Kia Telluride and a Hyundai Palisade. I mean, they're the same thing, just a different.
Dale says
Different
92
chill.
octane non-ethanol, 680 a gallon.
I will say though, the
We're at-
Washington.
Hyundai's use
Yeah.
Walla
metal
Walla, Washington.
filter housings,
Yep.
and I like that.
All that extra taxes out there. I paid for non-ethanol gas at the Sinclair. I paid $4.20, $4.19 a gallon.
Sean says, "Hi guys from New York."
Hello.
from New York. What's gas prices out there in New York?
Don't want to know.
They don't have cars in New York.
They walk around going,
New
"Hey,
York
I'm walking
State.
here."
New
I'm
York,
walking
New York
here.
State is rural. New York City is the city, but New York State is rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, babe? They got cars. It's called Chevrolets and Lamborghinis.
But no, I paid $4.19 a gallon for at the Sinclair, but down the road.
Yep.
No, it was at
Get and go.
Get and Go. Yeah, by their house, and it did. Yeah, $4.19 a gallon.
Expensive.
So Get and Go. Is that little Ranger Express? Or
No,
whatever?
Get and
No,
Go's
the one at
the one
Gans.
outside of Gans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go down 64. It's like one gas station on 64.
So
I would-
only store besides
Best.
the Dollar General.
Best breakfast you ever had in your life.
Yeah, them little ladies make a good grub.
My God, and it's made every day. They show up 2 o'clock in the morning just to make breakfast.
Oh yeah,
There was
See, the
somebody
one I
making
always
a
stop at's
sandwich
at Ranger
the other
Express over there. That's where I get gas.
day. You
They got
are you
ethanol
right?
free.
I did get
Yeah,
it.
you know what?
They used to be a
I-
McKinney's.
And
I
I
stop
had
there every
to.
morning before school.
I had to get a pizza pocket.
Oh, they're
So
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So good.
that is, and we got to talking, and there used to be a little store that's kind of the same thing. We're in my little town, Salisaw. And at 2:00 in the morning, they were 24 hours. And 2:00 in the morning, after going to the bar, that was the place to go because they had the burritos, pizza pockets, you know, the chicken churritos, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Crispitos. And we'd go from the whole crew would go from that bar. We'd either go to the truck stop or we'd go to that little quick stop, you know, depending on what your mood was, you know. And it was always that pizza pocket just is a trigger memory for me of the good old days.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
We used to get those in high school before Obama took over. Thanks, Obama.
At school.
Yeah.
Actual pizza pockets is cool. Deep fried.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So when I was in high school, you know, my high school for the area is kind of a bougier one, but we had like, you know, stuffed crust pizza, then we had like the pizza sticks and nachos and all
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah. They have.
Oh, you
They
were
have the
bougie.
Oh, they had
bougie.
slushy machines.
University of Arkansas
Bougie.
used to come down to his school to practice.
Ooh.
Now,
We got Fresno State.
Well, we got some people.
Chill up. Chill.
I gotta say, we got a nice, Greenwood has a nice football field because I'm not gonna say the name of it, but there's a big bank in town that is a local bank.
Sponsors?
well, let's
And
just
they-
put it this way: Greenwood knows how to work the system. They know how to get Fed money. They know how to get that money from the Fed. So, but it's a nice setup. It really
Sean
is.
says upstate New York City, never been there, no way it should be its own state.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hear, like Northern
I've heard that
California and
said, though,
stuff too.
How much is your gas up there in New York State?
The Honeybee compound says 458 in Indy. Where are y'all from?
We're on the Arkansas-Oklahoma border, Fort Smith, Arkansas, on the Oklahoma side. So we're right, you know, up from the refineries in Texas. So our gas is usually, this area is usually about the cheapest in the country. It really is.
The only people that got us beat is Texas, and that's because they pump it straight out of the ground.
There's a refinery town on the northern border, Ponca City. That's the cheapest gas in the area because they're coming right off the refinery into the pumps. But right now, even nationwide, this part of the country has got the best prices out there right now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, $4.19 for now. It's $3.59, $3.58, something like that for the 15% or 10% ethanol gas mix blend. But I don't like using that, especially in Bamalam or like the lawnmower or the, you know, whatever. If it's got a carburetor on, I'm going to use non-ethanol gas, and so I end up paying more.
Hit it with that two-stroke oil.
Yeah,
460 in upstate New York.
that's not bad. That's not bad. Now, is that 10% or 15% ethanol, or is that zero? That's actually not a bad price now for the East Coast.
Judy says she has a cousin that used to be a mechanic at Randall Ford, but now he's a mechanic for government vehicles and chassis.
Well, there you go. That's the only way to go.
Sorry, I can't have an. I don't want another government job.
He did it for 10 years. He's good.
I'm good. I'm good.
We got 4 years to go. 4 years to go to get you set up.
Sean says 10.
10%.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no, we
Well, it's those stickers because they'll slip that 15% in on you every once in a while.
yeah.
I know Casey's been having that 15% for a couple of years now. They call it Super 88. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
88
yeah.
octanes. They put that extra ethanol.
Yep. I can remember the first time I actually saw ethanol, and that was in South Dakota when 20 years ago. We went to Mount Rushmore, and we got up in there, and we started seeing all them big mounds, you know, with tarps on them, you know, and then I pulled up to the pump to get gas at before we left the hotel, the resort where we were staying, and it said 10% ethanol. It was like 25 cents cheaper a gallon, and I got it, and my truck run like shit on it. It didn't like it at all, and you can tell now that it's got 180,000 miles on it. You can tell it whenever you get someplace and you can't get it. It idles different. It feels wrong, and the gas mileage goes down. I don't like it. I'd rather spend the money.
Because it doesn't burn right.
It doesn't burn right.
It's all like, I was talking to this guy the guys that come out and do our programming for us. It's a mobile diag business.
Oh, those guys, yeah.
Those guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's a local guy, but I asked him because he's like he been doing the mobile diag for 10 years, and I asked him, I was like, does it get any easier? And he looked me dead in my soul and said, if you want easy, go to the medical field. I was like, really? He's like, think about it. Your body will never change. Cars change every 3 years.
Continuing education.
Yeah. Doctors, they got to go to school for 12 years. We got to go to school for 3 and pray to God that nothing changes.
That's why I'm really leaded heavily to the old custom stuff. I mean, because it's becoming a lost art, metalwork and all that kind of good biz. You know, they're not teaching diagnostics on mechanical.
Diagnostics?
Diagnostics.
Diagnostic. They're not teaching
Add
any
a new
old
word to the
school
vocabulary.
political.
Politics?
And I really think that for the price you have to pay for something new these days, which is outlandish, the price for new cars and trucks are more than I paid for my first house. It's really sad. You know, I think that keeping the old stuff running correctly is going to become very lucrative and very sought after in the future.
Right. Well, and we see that.
Yeah. But
I've
the
also
public is also into convenience.
right. Well, and here's the caveat to convenience is the ignorance of it. And by that I mean like I had about a 15-20 minute conversation with a customer. Older gentleman, rancher, definitely knew his beef. Like we sat and talked for 20 minutes about beef. Knew everything there was to know about beef. Didn't know nothing about cars.
Right.
Right. And I'm like, you know, I asked him, you know, because he's like, my wife's car is eating oil. I'm like, well, we got to figure out what's going on with it. I was like, so what do you want me to do? I mean, he's like, what are my options? I was like, we can do a compression test, a leak down, a this and that. And he's like, nobody told me that. Nobody told you what? That we can do a leak down test. What is a leak down test? It tells you where your leak is in the cylinder. Yep. Nobody told me about that. What? Did you ask? And he goes, yeah, I asked them that question. They said, oil consumption test. And I'm like, no, step 1. Find the leak. Is it internal? Is it external? It's internal. Where is it going?
Compression. Does it,
It's the basics of
but see,
everything.
That's the part that's not taught anymore.
Yeah,
because it's plug and play.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like the new kid, like I got new kids coming in as loobies that are like, you know, I want to learn how to work on cars. I want to learn these things. I want to, you know, and I'm like, hey, come here. Let me show you how to do this. Hey, come here. Let me show you this. You know, this is a leak down. This is a compression test. You know, like that kind of stuff. This is a voltage drop test. You know, this is how you test things. This is how you see if this is good and this is bad.
But that's not playing a video game.
I know, but it's just it blows my mind because it's not. We're dealing with a double-edged sword of the customers don't know and they're relying on us, but then they're not teaching.
I do have a question. Now that you're pretty much a year in, going from the Navy and working on F-18s and everything, and now you're been a mechanic for a year, and working a year in O'Reilly's, right? How do you feel about somebody that's walked into your shop and says, I know what needs to be fixed because I looked it up on the internet. I looked it up on my phone. And
No, listen. There's a funny story to this.
I want to hear the story.
Okay. I call him one day because I get bored. So I call him at work sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. And I'm like, how's your day? And he goes, I am really struggling. I don't know what's wrong with this car. So me being bored, I'm like, well, let's problem solve. Me knowing nothing about vehicles.
That's what
I know where the gas goes. I know where
Let's just premise this with
fluid,
Presley.
washer fluid goes.
If you want to know how to fix something or how to do something, whatever, while you're on the phone with her, she's looking it up.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%. Anyway, so I'm like, tell me what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, it could be this, or this. And he goes, I didn't think about that. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Turned out to be one of those, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I felt pretty good about myself too.
Now,
And also talking smack about video games. First of all, he's got a car mechanic simulator video game, and I will have you know, I replaced 3 engines the other day by myself.
on the video game.
On the video game.
No,
Now, honestly, how do you feel about that situation?
well,
Because they're stepping into your work.
I don't mind it. I really don't. But what I don't like, so like, say customer comes in and they're like, I want this part replaced. Like, okay, sign this waiver. This waiver is basically saying that, you know, we did not diagnose this. You self-diagnosed. You need the part replaced. We're going to replace the part. All faults afterwards are not on us.
Right.
Now they don't come back saying, "Oh, they didn't fix it. I shouldn't have to."
Like, I don't mind that. What I cannot stand is when a customer will go, change this, sign this waiver. They sign the waiver, and then they come back and they're like, you guys worked on my car. And they're like, no. You diagnosed it. I changed the part. Your fault.
Yeah.
Now, if you want me to diagnose it, you pay me my hour and I'll diagnose it. But I don't mind, like, if a customer's like, you know, like, I got a guy brings about a 14 Silverado, like, religiously to this dealership. And like every other time he comes, he's like, hey, change the mass airflow sensor.
See what?
Change the mass airflow sensor.
Oh, mass airflow.
Or like, change this sensor. Or change that sensor. You know, for me. I got it in the car. Just throw it in for me if you could. If not, no big deal. I'll pay your labor, whatever.
I think a lot of it too is dependent on the customer's attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had this one customer come in a few weeks ago, and she came in hot.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Right? And she was like, it's this, that, and that, and you're going to do it.
Oh, that person.
Right? And
Karen.
he's telling me about it, and I'm like, well, how does she know it's this, that, and that? Is she a mechanic? I was like, or did she Google it? And it's just, you know, but like she was even popping attitude with the service advisors and everything else. So I genuinely think it just depends on the attitude of the customer as to whether.
Yeah, like if you're a decent customer, I'll go above and beyond for you and, you know, cut you some slack. But if you're a absolute riot, oh, I'm gonna peg you. I'm gonna throw the book. I'm gonna throw a book and
How about watching you work?
Okay.
Are you like seeing stuff online about this?
No.
Where's
See,
this coming
I
from?
just thought about this because whenever I took my family over to get the front end lined on it, you know, I mean, most shops make you sit in a little waiting room until it's done.
Right.
But I had on the trailer, and they were all oogling and googling about it, you know. And when I started up with open headers and everything, you know, they were like, "Ooh, that's cool." They were all come running, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the mechanics, you know. But the funny part is that they had to get into the boss's truck to get standard tools. Everything's metric, you know. And he had to come out and he had to look in this box, in some corner somewhere to get shims. You know, it was like it's so old that they didn't have anything on the shelf ready for it, right? But I asked, I have been around mechanics long enough in my life to ask, is it okay if I'm kind of milling about a little bit in the shop while you're doing it? Because I want to get up underneath and take some look at some things while it's up on the lift. Because at the time I didn't have a lift. I want, you know, I want to just check things over, you know, and I won't be in your way. I'll be back off, but is it okay? I always ask.
Right. Like, I've had several customers like ask the service advisor, hey, when the car's up, can I come out and take a look? Absolutely. I have no problems with that. If you want to come out and talk to me and ask me questions while I'm working on your car, absolutely. I do not mind. Now, again,
But I always ask if it's okay.
common courtesies goes a long way, and manners go a long way. You know,
You see me walk into your work. I mean, I walk in and I'm very sheepish. I'm like, is it okay?
Oh, I hate it.
Is it okay if I'm in here? You know, and then, well, you're the dad. Oh, you're Uncle Buck. You know, I've watched some of your stuff. Yeah, come in. But I always ask for permission because it's a workspace.
And see, one thing I'll say, I just know it from what I did. It depends on why the customer's watching. If they're trying to micromanage and telling you how to do your job,
Right.
that's annoying. They're just legitimately curious, and I have the time to do it. I'll take time to explain what I'm doing and tell them why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'll give you an example. I was changing a light over a mirror in a bathroom out, vanity light. And the homeowner, he comes in there, and I had the switch off. I didn't kill the breaker because generally, I don't do that. I'm not going to say you don't have to, but I'm going to say I personally don't do that.
Because you're dumb.
Well, if the switch is off, there's no power. If it's a modern wired light fixture, there's no power at the lighting box. But he comes in there and he's like,
flips the switch.
He's like, I had the switch off and I had the old one unhooked. I was hooking up the new one. He's like, you need to turn the breaker off before you do that. I'm like, no, you don't have to. I got the switch off. Well, you really need to be turning the breaker off. And I had to buy my lip because I know what he did for a living. He owns a 4-wheeler dealership. And I want to go, I do this for a living, not you. I'm not telling you how to, sell 4-wheelers. You don't tell me how to do electric work. You hired us to do it for a reason.
Yeah.
So it just really depends with me. If they're just curious, hey man, I've never seen this side of a
Attitude goes
paint.
a long way. Attitude and disrespect
100%.
goes a long way.
which I mean, we do video MPIs, so a lot of times the customer's like, well, can I see it? Like, because I'll show something on a video, and the customer will call up, be like, hey, can I come down and take a look? Can I come to the shop? Can I put my eyes on it? And it's like, yeah, absolutely. Come on down. I'll throw it in the air for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So Sean from New York says, I haven't seen 15 yet because I work on a lot of old cars at work and small engines. I've seen a few 88 octane stickers, but they say 10%. I'm not buying it. Jeffrey says, hi, you've been very helpful on my small block build. Many thanks.
You're
And
very
Dell
welcome.
says, anyone voluntarily bring me $20 gallons at $4.60 a gallon, non-ethanol, are up for buck. Says are up for buck.
Oh.
Pretty much, does anyone volunteer to bring me 20 gallons of gas
No.
to Washington?
No.
Washington is beautiful.
Washington is beautiful.
yeah, but the gas price, there's a reason why he's asking for 20 gallons.
I know.
I think
That's-
we all like to stay in America, though.
What?
It's a joke, California and Washington. It's a joke. People go there.
Oh.
Welcome back to America. Anyhow. I stole it from Dave Ramsey.
Anyways.
100% right over my
I
head.
stole it from Dave Ramsey, so.
Us older generation seen vehicles that were made right. It's a mess today. Baller says 1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters. 209 a liter is 790 a
Cool.
gallon, I think, here in Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Yeah, Balder's
God.
And then he
Bless.
says, I think, not sure conversion, to be honest. That's 10%
I have a
ethanol,
que-
87 octane.
What did he say it was? It was $2.90 a liter?
209 a liter.
$2.09 a liter.
Leader.
Now, Balder, I got a question. Canada. Okay. I grew up northern
She's
Wisconsin.
a
okay?
Canadia.
I know the land. Okay. Now,
Do you know the land?
pretty much. Now, what is Canada's stance on older vehicles? Are they, what's going on with their, like Minnesota is trying to kind of like do little things, California, East Coast, cash for clunkers kind of thing. What is Canada's stance on older, like 60s, 70s, 80s stuff?
See, I'm kind of curious.
Like
but
the
it's-
pre-smog vehicles.
The
is
pre-smog.
what you're
See,
talking
I saw something, and it was on Facebook, so that tells you it may or may not be true, but I heard like starting this next year, so anything older than 1999 won't be able to be registered for the road anymore.
Well, no, Minnesota is trying to make it where if it's a antique vehicle, that it can only be used for parades on the weekends.
$791.
Very, very minimal. You can't use it as a
So you
daily
did that pretty
driver.
right.
I may have seen something like that on the one for Canada too, or Canada, not Canadian.
Gets them every time, most of the time.
Yeah.
But I think there was a little clause there, but it said for the most part, like daily drivers. I saw something that said they were going to 1999 and older, they weren't going to renew.
So I know California was trying to do
Cash for
something like
clunkers.
that.
Cash for clunkers.
Well, they do cash for clunkers, but they're trying to eliminate the older vehicles. Newsom really wants to get everybody in EVs.
Yeah.
Like that is
electric
his freaking goal.
Well, that got thrown out by.
It got thrown out by the president, but
I'm going to say the whole EV deal, I can just say this from the knowledge I have on electrical. There is no way the power grids in this country would be able to handle if everybody went.
First off,
No.
First
most
off,
house services.
And
won't
now we're
handle it.
talking
This is
about
getting
AI.
political.
The AI plants now taking all the water and all the electricity. Now you want to go with like 100 electrical.
okay. So Sean says it's so hard to deal with people. Technology like phones and computers have brainwashed actual repairs that could be this or this, not actual diagnosing, finding the exact problem. Baller says totally depends on the person. Agree. Most places here won't let you look even if you politely ask. Liability, blah, blah, blah. That's California. California, they don't let you
Yeah,
near the shop.
you're in a waiting room. And you just get in the back room when it's done.
Oh, yeah.
waiter's gonna
And
wait.
I hate it. Hated it in California because I had a little Honda. What was that?
It was a hatchback Civic.
Honda Civic.
XS.
Yeah.
Little Honda Civic XS is what it was called. So it was a little hatchback, right? Loved that car. One of my favorites. I got it back from.
Too Fast and Furious.
It was. Yeah, no, it was. Had a little spoiler on it and everything. I love that car.
That's where this one started.
I genuinely loved that car. It had turbos in it. Anyway, whatever. I get it back. Anyway, didn't sound like that. It was very quiet.
Okay.
Get it back, and they had taken off, which I know it's all cosmetic, but they took off my engine cover and didn't put it back on.
Oh.
And I was like, "Where is it?" "Oh no, it was on there." "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I like to stare at my turbos. I know it was on there."
Yeah. Yeah. Kenny was never more happy than to get a vehicle from Oklahoma and have it tagged in Oklahoma and drive back to California and didn't have to go through the sniffer test.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think $500 for the tags and then $500 for the smog test
Yeah. They didn't have to do
every year.
Yeah, every year.
That's
Every year.
just buy it from the dealership and sell it back before you have to do smog. That's what I did. I've done a smog test once, and it was on that 01 Chevy right before I bought it.
Yeah.
Chevy truck.
Smog test.
Mm-hmm.
Smog test.
Most places here.
There's
Yes, bye.
no such thing in Arkansas and
Oh
Oklahoma.
yeah, it's 8:20 by the way.
I guess you can't roll coal in California then.
Oh, you'll throw all the liberals into a
Nah.
friggin' spin out, dude.
You get around the military towns though. You get out in the country, like Lemoore. They're out there doing it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Had a buddy with Grandpa Textile smokestacks on a
Oh, yeah.
flatbed 3/4 ton, and he'd go through the gate just friggin' rolling, just like Merca.
America, that's right, America.
Baller says they're promoting EV huge. Auto wreckers don't have 90s vehicles. Everything is being crushed.
Yep.
What
Which
waste.
I mean, from okay,
What a
so
waste.
and here's my thing too.
It hurts my heart
On
just thinking about it.
okay. Here's the crazy part: is they call it a fully electric car, and I've worked on a few EVs. I've got to tear a battery down and look at everything and looked at all this. You know, it's the craziest concept. It's got all that technology in it. one 12-volt battery. If that 12-volt battery goes out, the whole car's dead in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Because it needs 12-volt power to turn the relays on to turn the big battery on.
Mm-hmm.
So you still might have to jump start it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So funny. Every time I have to do it.
That surprised me. I'm surprised they don't have like a trickle back on the
No,
accessory battery.
No.
Its sole purpose is when you hit the button is to literally ignite and
Send a
charge the
charge.
relay and make the switch go click.
But I guess if you don't turn a starter, you don't need to recharge it as much as you would with a gas engine
Well, it uses the generator. The generator will trickle it. Yeah, but like
while it's running. Okay.
yeah, like kind of like an alternator, but like if that battery's dead, if you lose a cell in that battery or that cell dies in it and it won't hold a charge.
I'm just saying.
That
I
EV
don't think. I don't think for myself I'll ever buy another new vehicle.
Yeah.
I
Well,
won't.
And to be fair, too.
I can't say that for not buying one for my wife
Yeah.
because she's not into now.
Ford
But now if
Bronco.
I get the Mustang done, that may change. You
A
know,
Ford Bronco.
We got
a
several.
Ford
of them.
Bronco, yeah. But
I'm rooting hard for your mom to get that Ford Bronco.
the other day we watched a movie
I don't
just
want one.
last night.
I want somebody else to have one.
Just last night about a slicked out like '79 Bronco, and she was like,
What I want.
"Ooh,
That's what I want.
ooh." She was like, "Ooh."
I know it's a Ford,
I was like,
but that's what
"Okay,
I want.
I can do that, but I'm not spending 50
Give me
grand
an
for a
O.J. Simpson
new
Bronco.
Ford Bronco."
That's what I want. An O.J. Simpson Bronco.
Yeah, I rode in a couple of those. Back
tell
in
you
the
what.
day. Those are nice.
You buy the parts, you buy the frame, you buy all the stuff. I'll put it together.
I think I'm going to be stuck for the rest of my life until I can't do it, and I'll hire somebody to do it for me, or get some kid from the neighborhood, or get some son doing it. I'm not ever buying it. I'm going to build them instead of buying them from this point on.
I'm starting to get to that point. I've seen what they're talking about rolling out in 2027. It's like,
Were they tracking you
like my thing is, watch as I move it. Well, if I've taken Benadryl and I have allergies, it might look to the car that I've been under the influence.
pull you right over and shut
Yeah.
you down right there on the spot.
Then is it gonna report you to the police too?
Listen,
It doesn't report, but it will make it where you can't. The new one's supposedly make it where it,
won't start.
if it like your eyes, like you could. That's my. I'm not advocating drinking and driving by any means, but my concern is, if you got like allergies or whatever, and you go to try to start the thing,
Mhm.
Okay,
Or if you've been crying or anything like
Yeah,
that.
where mine started, where all my nerves went up and all my warning signs went up, is when I saw the first commercial of the self parking cars. That's when I said, "Oh shit, this ain't good." Was that when it's fly by wire, when it's not physically connected to the steering wheel, to the steering box, where the computer will automatically park that car for you, where you just go hands-free, park car.
see,
And I said, no way. There's something wrong with the world.
see, believe it or not,
Come on, Nick.
that Explorer, it will not. It does not self park, but now it's
So
got.
you remember 15 years
It's
ago
got
when
the
them
lane
commercials
Ford,
came
Ford,
out?
I think Ford was one of the first ones to bring, or Lexus,
Yeah.
one of the two. Now this one, hers, it'll sit there if you're on the interstate, it'll steer itself,
The
but it's
lane
not
assist,
drive by
yeah.
wire. Well, it's got full self driving on
Whoa.
this thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's not drive by wire on the steering. It's got an actual steering linkage, but it's got a motor in the steering column that.
Yeah, that's what.
And if you pull on it hard enough, you could overpower that motor.
Yeah.
Well, see, and you know what bugged me as I was driving their Yukon. It's a 19,
The top?
the Tahoe.
Yeah, it's a 19.
It's a 19, and I was doing something, and it
Oh.
rattled my ass.
It's got the backup sensor, and it's it does vibrate the
On the lane
If
departure. when-
No, the backup sensor. If
Oh.
you're going to back up, it detects.
It's
the
a pre-collision. Yeah, the pre-collision sensors.
I'll take.
It freaked me out. Because I'm thinking I'm driving like my 09, right? It's just 10 years difference. 09 ain't got none of that. It's hand window cranks, rubber floor mats, nothing special. There's no bugs and bells and whistles. There's nothing. And this thing has monitors and self-heating seats and automatic ass scratchers, the whole nine. It's got every booger on it. But when I'm driving it, she's next to me and it goes and just scares the hell out of me.
Mm.
I
I'm
laughed
like, what the
so
hell was
hard.
that?
I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you.
It made me freeze.
And then you know what we did? We made Christina drive it
Yeah.
and did the same thing to her.
No, but I say though, when they first came up with the redesigned Silverados in 14, I had a buddy of mine that was working at a dealership. He let me drive one of the first ones they got in because I liked that design of them.
Mhm.
And he's like, merge without using your blinker just to see what it does. And it vibrated the side of the seat where you were crossing
Mhm.
the line.
Now, there's things on there that I like. It like gives you a little light in your mirror whenever you have somebody in your blind spots,
Right.
things like that. I like that, but that whole where it takes over,
Yeah,
I don't where it for your own safety. You can't tell me that some hacker out there can't take control of it and run you into the side of a bridge.
Right.
There is actually a whole TV show about that.
I'm
No.
telling you.
Now, I will say, well, like,
But one thing I tell you about that 80 model Silverado out there, that'll never happen.
I will say this, at least like, I messed with the Chevy systems on that, the Fords. Like I say, you can still, like, the Ford will actually on the Silverado make sure it watches your eyeballs, make sure you're paying attention.
Mhm.
Like, if you look at mess with the radio too long, it'll go, and
Yeah.
get on you. And if you ignore it, like if you fell asleep or something, it'll pull you over the shoulder.
And then I remember seeing them videos of people taking their phones out and showing people asleep in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going down the Highway 5 in
LA, yeah.
in LA, 75 miles per hour in traffic, and somebody just dead away asleep and it's just driving itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was kind of getting at, though, too. At least they put the technology to make sure there's somebody behind that wheel
Yeah.
ready to take control that's alert.
and then once the kind of heat got on, then they got where it was you had to make sure your eyes were open. They had the facial recognition shit and all that going on. Yeah. But I mean, Dingo Pop.
I'm gonna tell you right now though, like as far as like the EVs go and all the technology and everything, if you think that they're gonna educate a bunch of grease monkeys like me on how to operate that kind of gear, and people are gonna keep buying it because of how much money they're gonna have to dump into it, it ain't happening.
Well, and like I said, with the whole power grid, it would take 40 or 50 years to get this country wherever you can
Well,
handle.
even
And
full
that's when we started
They
tomorrow.
say full EV cars
You know-
are only good for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. They're optimized at a 15-minute
Range.
or a 15-mile range. So if you drive, say 20 minutes to work, there and back.
I thought it was 3-hour charge.
No, it charges 3 hours, but it optimizes for short range.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But like long road trips, bad idea.
Because even the guys street racing them and stuff, they're charging them before they make a run.
and see,
It's like charging a battery on a race car.
Yeah.
and one thing I saw, I think it was on TikTok,
Yeah,
but charge them to 100% every time kills those batteries too.
Yep.
You're not supposed to charge it to 100% every time.
Yep. And imagine there's a guy. There was a guy that.
Another question.
Well, there's a few comments. Baller says, no rules to get rid of us old vehicles yet, but they're working at it. So sad, really. Then Jeffrey says, I'm from California in 1973, and older vehicles are currently smog exempt. They're trying to change it with Leno's law. Honestly, good luck.
Law. Jay Leno, yeah.
Baller said there's old vehicles, but last 20 years, they're dissipating quickly. Part stores don't stock much. Old now, all older. Gotta run. Thanks for the live. Take care, you four. Bye.
Later.
Dave said, saw today on OHP was receiving training on the self-driving semi-trucks now on the road in Oklahoma.
Yep. But the batteries in EVs, $50,000 a
Yeah.
battery.
To replace. And they
To
have,
replace.
they have a shelf life.
They have a shelf life. There is currently an EV9 in Kennesaw, Georgia, that is on its 5th battery. It has 3,000 miles on it.
See, what cracks me up with the EV stuff too is people calling it clean energy or, clean. It's not clean, it's alternative. There's a difference. That lithium is more hazardous.
coal or whatever's got to be burnt to get the
Diesel, yeah.
to get the power to it.
Well, it's the same thing, difference in like traditional, like the windmills, right? For the energy.
Oh,
They're not
You know.
clean energy.
No, they're not.
and they don't last
But
long.
that's a lot of the people, that's their thing is like, oh, well, they're cleaner than the alternative. It's like,
But-
you don't know how much diesel it took
Or
to
how
make
much,
that.
or how much
Landman.
oil.
Well, it takes the
Landman,
fucking
yeah.
lubricating.
I mean, and he's not, when they say that Landman, he's not
yeah, no,
joking. It's legit.
no.
It's true. If
Judy says, if electric vehicles is involved in a wreck, first responders have
special
no,
training.
because they have to disconnect the battery and then even goes for electric school business.
So yeah,
That even goes for electric.
I did an extrication class. This was a few years back before it really got as big as it did, but we did touch on electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles, talking about what cables you do not, like I say, if it's purple, orange, or yellow, you do not cut any of those three colors.
Mm-mm. Let me tell you right now, it was required for me to pass my master's course in Kennesaw, Georgia. It was required that I had to de-energize a hybrid by myself on my own. I had to know the steps before I could graduate.
See, I never
Was it-
took the hybrid class, but that was one they were bringing in too, was a hybrid,
Mm.
special hybrid vehicle, and I think they taught you how to do stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Was it your class down in Texas?
That was the battery, like learning about the battery.
Yeah, but it was for EV.
It was for
Yeah.
EVs, yeah. But I was talking about like when that initial 4-week course that I took, that was like 30 topics in 4 weeks. Talk about a brain data crunch, but yeah, no, that was like one of our final exams. They're like, you will know how to do this before you leave, and you will have to perform it on your own by the book. No questions asked.
All right, we're about at 8:30. You guys have any last questions or any comments?
Concerns, complaints, regards?
I have a statement. The 6-6 swap gremlin will happen. It will happen.
I keep finding pictures.
It might be 15 years down the
I've
line.
already picked out the paint color.
It might be 15 years down the line, but let me tell you, that's gonna be one hot little grocery getter.
I'm gonna call
black smoke rolling out and turbo spooling coming out of the hood, the whole 9 yards. Yep.
Oh, that thing's gonna be. Oh, that thing's gonna have to be.
Flying
Listen,
loogie.
That thing's
Four
gonna.
cylinder.
What?
Not 4-cylinder.
Oh, what?
A 4-cylinder diesel.
You get like
No, I'm putting a 6.6 in that
Okay.
thing.
It's either gonna be called the flying loogie or the flying booger, and it's gonna be neon green.
Screw it.
We
But-
call it Haktua.
Ooh.
Get on that thing.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's
Tiny
gonna be
baby.
all. It's gonna be all-wheel drive, and there's gonna be 4 slicks on it because that's what it's gonna need to freaking hook and book.
I mean, you might as well. They've already come and swapped a Rolls Royce
We're
here
gonna have
lately.
to put a roll cage in it. just
I
to
wanna
give it
come and
away.
swap a Jeep because
All
the.
right, let's go. It's 8:32, and the boys need to go to bed.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate you guys all coming. Don't forget, being the engine works, and if you get help support the channel, buy a t-shirt, do whatever. We appreciate all you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great week. Be safe, and hope to Christ and gas prices go down. What?
1, 2, 3.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah, no whistling.